Hey, 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 what's going on, Chopper Vet family?
Hey, hey, hey!
Yours truly out here enjoying appears to be the weirdest winter of all time. Can't believe how much I've been able to get out and ride the past few days. I think this is my third time this week I've actually been able to ride. Who would have thought middle of January, end of January, that would be the case, but it has been. Why not go ahead and go for another ride with me? Let's go and roll that intro and we'll discuss today's subject of how I ended up on a Harley Davidson Lowrider. Rolling. Oh man, it is, like I said, it's been really nice temperature-wise, but the wind these past few days has also been just atrocious at the same time. It's like you get a little, and then the weather tries to combat it and take it away from you, making you not want to ride. Not let it bother me today. Again, any miles are good miles in my mind. Oh man. Could have gone, should have gone, maybe. Oh, it was a delayed yellow too. Oh, I should have gone. Oh, let's go and get into the subject here today. How'd I end up on this black and orange beauty where I'm taking all the orange off, it seems like? So that journey started a little over 3 years ago. Not quite 3.5, I guess. 2016. Had just married my wife. We had discussed it. I told her I've always been interested in riding, but never did anything about it. So she gave me the okay. Because at that point it's mutual money. It's not just my money anymore. And she gave me the go ahead and said, yeah, do it. Because she wanted to do it as well. So it was not just an all me thing. I think she had some enjoyment, some excitement as far as me getting one as well. I actually got my motorcycle before I even took the MSF course. That's just, I knew I was just going to love riding motorcycles. It pains me that it took me to 34 years old to find just how much I enjoy it too. You best be believing the next 30 years are going to be making up for those first 30 not riding. I guess really like 20 if you count by the time you're getting a license. Anyway, I didn't have any idea as far as what kind of motorcycle I wanted. I just knew I wanted one. My brother rode a Harley, but he had also owned a Honda at one point in time. My discussions start with him like, hey, what do you think? And he kind of pushed me towards start with the Harley. You're going to get bored with the Honda. You're not going to grow out of the Honda, etc., etc. And to be fair, I might not have outgrown the motorcycle necessarily. Okay, yeah, I probably would have. But the way life works itself out, I might not have been able to get a different motorcycle if I got to that point in time. Again, this is the original motorcycle I bought when I first started riding. No Rebels, no Shadows, no Suzukis, no Yamagachis, just this motorcycle. And it turned out that way. Financially, I don't think I could have been able to sold that entry-level bike and then stepped into the Harley world. I'm glad I was in a financial position at that time just to do it, and we did. We paid cash for it. We paid cash for my wife's bike as well. If you were to ask if we could do that today, nope. We got family, we got kids, we got mortgage now. We got a lot more responsibilities that go along with it. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. So my brother convinced me Harley would be the way to go. The problem with him helping me look for a bike was he lives in Oklahoma City. And I swear there's not ever been this many stoplights on this road. He lives in Oklahoma City, which means he can't go with me to look at any bikes. I was a gearhead to an extent, but I didn't know what to look for in a bike. I didn't know what was good, what was bad. Is it a good deal, bad deal? So it's kind of stuck. I reached out to my friend. I mentioned him in one of my intro videos, but my good friend Woody, he is the one who actually helped me locate a handful of motorcycles. I kind of gave him my price range as far as what I was looking for. But again, all I gave him was a price range. I was like, hey, I want a Harley. I have about $6,500 at the max. And the key thing is I don't want it to be a Sportster. Again, the outgrowing thing. And I'm 6'2", 350. I look like a clown on my wife's Sportster. To get on the highway or not? No, take you by the waterfall. Woody sent me about 5 pictures. I determined I was not into the soft tails at that time. At least the ones that I could afford. The ones that I could afford have been in like 2002, 2003. Soft tail, heritage soft tails, and that's just not a styling that appealed to me. So I think on the 5th one was this bike here. He popped me up a picture on Craigslist, and I was like, whoa. Well, what is that? Why haven't you shown me any of these kind of before? He's like, well, I didn't know this is what you're into. I saw it, and I was like, you know, it looks like a beefy Sportster is what it looks like. And it looks like I would fit it. And going back to what I said earlier, I'm not dogging Sportsters. I'm dogging that I'm too big for them. I love riding my wife's Sportster, and I plan on having a review of hers next season on the channel even. The Dyna screamed to me, look at me. At the time, it was pretty much bone stock looking, except it had short shots on it from Vance and Hines and some really tacky throwover saddlebags. The bike had approximately 11,000 miles on the bike, if I'm not mistaken. And the guy was asking $6,500 for it. So I asked Woody, is that a good price? He's like, yeah, it seemed like a really good price. And for the time, that was before Dynas had actually skyrocketed. So at that time, I paid probably a fair market value for it, which perfectly happy with that. $6,500 for, at the time, a 7-year-old Dyna, not heavily modified. I knew it was pretty well taken care of, given what I could see on the outside. Probably turns out that it's maybe been an outdoor bike, it turns out. But anyway, sorry, rambling. So I wanted to go look at it. It was 80 miles away. Woody was nice enough to hop in my car with me. I had the cash in hand. I had the feeling that the second I sat on the bike, the second I saw that bike, I probably couldn't get the cash to the guy quick enough. So we got there, and Woody test rode it for me. He said everything was good, it shifts good, it runs good, and I told the guy, you know, so $6,500, that's your best price, and he's kind of like, yeah, you really can't do any better. I'm like, okay. So I went to the car, got the full $6,500, and went ahead and backed the motorcycle. Had Woody ride it back to his house where it was stored for the winter time, and the rest you can say is history. So that's how I ended up on this motorcycle. Man, when you think about the decisions you've made in life, this is one of those that was boom, on point. This is perfect. Yes, my wife is the #1 choice I have made in my life up to this point. I have a feeling that's going to be the #1 choice till I die, technically. But buying this motorcycle sure did bring me a ton of joy. From there, I went on to take the motorcycle safety class, and eventually just kind of learned to ride this bike after I got my motorcycle's license, or my endorsement anyway. So I don't know if this is going to show up with the GoPro's awesome image stabilization, but I am fighting it hard from the right to the left. I'm got a slight lean going onto my right to combat these wind gusts going on right now. Whew. Dang Kansas, grow up trees, block some of this crap. So how did you guys end up deciding which bike was right for you? I think what it really comes down to is really 2 things. The first, kind of like love, guys. Sometimes it's just love at first sight. And I just remember, walking into the back door of the guy's garage, and there it was in its own little parking spot. And it was awesome. It was just awesome. Awesome story. Well, story for me anyway. The second thing would be how it actually felt when you sat on it. Because I had sat on probably about 10 to 12 other bikes up to that point. And that was the first bike that I sat on. And I was like, yes, this feels right. Everything else could have felt right long term. I mean, this bike doesn't sit at all like it was when I bought it, but it still feels right to me. I'm going to let you guys go here. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you've enjoyed the wintertime ramblings that I have come up with. One fun one that I have planned is actually going to be an in the garage video, which will take the place of a typical moto vlog that we do. Probably looking for an end of February release on it, but I'm going to be doing a paint correction motor vlog. So for you people who have like a black tank like I do, I'm going to show you how to get some of those pesky swirls and nastiness out of your tanks for a very minimal cost. So with all that being said, I hope you have a good rest of your afternoon, day, morning, night. And I'll catch you on the dark side. Chop fit out.